What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for TheLines.com. Let's talk some Thursday Night Football. Eagles heading to Houston to take on the Texans. As always, everything we do absolutely free, so please hit that subscribe button down below. Let us know in the comment section how you are going to play this game. And guys, this is going to be the quickest, easiest handicap of the year for a Thursday Night Football game for us. As we sit right now, you can see the best line you can get, 13.5 on the Eagles, 14 if you want to take the Texans, 45.5 is your total. Eagles injury report, they put Jordan Davis on IR, and their nickel corner, Josiah Scott, is out. Remember, they traded for Robert Quinn, so he will be making his debut in this game as well. On the Texans side of things, Nico Collins, wide receiver 2 for them, is out. Malik Collins, starting defensive tackle, is out. Brandon Cooks, Christian Harris, and nickel corner Desmond King. Those are all 3 starters. Of course, Brandon Cooks, you know, they're wide receiver 1. Christian Harris, a linebacker, and then again, nickel corner Desmond King. They are all questionable. Brandon Cooks thought he was going to get traded, took to the Twitter machine, was not happy he didn't get traded, put out some weird cryptic tweets, then didn't practice on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I don't know exactly what's going on with him. So what we've got here, and I'll scroll down a little bit further if you want to read along. So what we got here is, without Nico Collins already, if Brandon Cooks doesn't play, and again, he didn't practice all week, their next leading receiver is tight end Jordan Akins, and he's got 159 yards on the season. Their next leading wide receiver would be Chris Moore, who has 128 yards on 10 catches over the course of the season. So you can see dire straits there if Brandon Cooks doesn't go for this Texans team. Look, we saw what happened, right? This Texans team, they're one of the 3 worst teams in the NFL. Eagles, one of the 3 best teams in the NFL. We just watched this Texans defense give up over 300 rushing yards to the Titans, right? And just to back everything up, it wasn't an aberration. Whenever we take a look at what they bring to the table so far this season, the Texans, 32nd rush defense DVOA, 32nd rush defense by Pro Football Focus, 32nd in explosive runs allowed, 31st in yards per rush allowed, 31st in yards before contact allowed, 30th in yards per play allowed, 30th in rush defense success rate allowed, 29th in tackling, and 28th in rush defense EPA allowed. All of this, I might add, while facing the 3rd easiest schedule of offenses in the NFL so far. So this is the worst defense in the NFL, without a question. The Eagles do everything well on offense. I'll scroll down a little bit further here if you want to read a little bit more. The Eagles do everything well on offense. They're the 2nd in the NFL in EPA per rush. Again, if they want to just attack this Texans team the exact same way the Titans did, they're 2nd in the NFL in EPA per rush. They're the 5th best rush offense according to DVOA, and they're the number 1 rush offense in success rate. So if they want to go about it that way, that's the way they can do it. And that is actually all despite having the 2nd toughest rush defense schedule of opponents in EPA per rush anyway. So they faced a bunch of good run defenses, and they still are having a success doing that, right? So look, there is a minimal amount of concern that the Eagles' run defense can be run on, but is that noise just because it could be a situation in which, hey, look, they're just like, hey, we'll let you do whatever you want to on the ground. You're not going to be good enough to score on us anyway. We'll let you kind of move the ball a little bit, and then we'll tighten up. But even so, even if that's not the case, even if the rush defense is at least a little bit concerning, they're likely to be up multiple scores in this game. So the Texans can't just run the ball, like to have any sort of chance of winning the game. The most points this Texans team has scored all year long on offense is 24. And the defense, when they've only faced 2 good offenses, as I told you. They've only faced 2 good offenses. They give up 34 to the Chargers. They give up 38 to the Raiders, right? The only offenses with a pulse that they played all year long. This is a very simple handicap, a very simple game to look at. This is one-way traffic. The Eagles can name their score this week. All that being said, if I had to play full game, zero chance I'm taking the points with the Texans. I would only lay it with the Eagles, but I'm not going to go there. I think the safer way to play this is to play the Eagles in the first half, because I do question their motivation in the second half because, look, they're going for the number 1 seed. So resting guys in the second half, definitely in the fourth quarter, getting their starters off the field on a short week, it makes all the sense in the world, right? Why take any chances at all against this pathetic team that they're playing? But you can find a 7 on the Eagles in the first half, and I think that's the way that I will be attacking this, is just Eagles 7 in the first half in this one. Look, on the total, I would only play an under, but I don't have, look, would it surprise me if the Eagles drop 35 plus on their own, and then you only need 10 points out of the Texans? So look, I'm not playing the. I think there's a wide range of outcomes for the total, so I'm not going to play the total. From a prop perspective, look, we just mentioned Jordan Akins is there. Outside of, we know Nico Collins already out. Brandon Cooks is questionable at best. So Akins is like the next best receiver. He's got the most yardage of anybody that catches passes for this team. So we only have to get over 14 and a half yards. We only got to get 15 yards. There's going to be garbage time in this game. Now, is Akins going to be out on the field in that garbage time? We hope. He's at least going to play the first half, right? In third quarter. So can we get 2 or 3 catches out of him to get to 15 yards? That's kind of where I'm looking at this, because we know Nico Collins isn't going to be out there for sure. Brandon Cooks, questionable at best. And what's his motivation? He's like pissed at the team for not trading him. So we'll take over 15 yards that Jordan Akins can get us some garbage yards in this game. Not a huge bet there for sure. From a same game parlay standpoint, guys, look, this just kind of tells a story. Don't love one for this game, obviously, because like I said, wide range of outcomes. But look, we can get a 450 if we have the Eagles. This is just them winning by a touchdown, right? -6.5. So the Eagles win by a touchdown. Chris Moore, Jordan Akins, the 2 receivers, and this is kind of the if Brandon Cooks doesn't play one here. We're going to get 20 yards out of Moore and then 20 yards out of Akins. We got to think that Davis Mills is going to throw for 175 in this game. So can 40 of it go to these 2 guys? And then the Eagles, if we're kind of sticking with our Eagles in the first half here, where they're going to put up the most amount of points and maybe take their foot off the gas in the second half, Eagles over a touchdown and a half in the first half, that gets it to plus 450. Look, don't love it, but it's certainly a way we could kind of play this to get 4.5, and look, you can mess with the Eagles spread as well. If you want to take it and be a little bit more bold in all that and say okay, not 6.5 on the Eagles. Why don't we say that the Eagles win this game by, let's say they win it by, they'll win it by 10, double digits. That does take it up to 5-1. So you can kind of get that if you want to go that direction as well. But I like him in the first half. I like Akins to get us some garbage yards, and that's kind of how I'm going about this game. This is going to be one-way traffic. Eagles get out of here with an easy win. It's just, what is the motivation in the second half, and is that enough for Houston to kind of come back and get a backdoor cover? That's the only thing I'm scared about with laying the big number. I do know a lot of people who are laying the big number with the Eagles this week. Guys, everything we do, absolutely free. Hit this little Discord up here, and you can get in there and chat NFL with everybody over at TheLines. And, of course, like this video if you wouldn't mind, please do that. Subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comment section how you're going to attack this game. I mean, again, huge 2-touchdown spread in this thing. Do you see something I don't? How, is there any player prop that you want to go after? Let us know in the comment section. Of course, I really do enjoy hearing from all of you guys out there. Good luck on all your bets here on Thursday Night Football.